Alright guys, in this video we're going to be showing you how to replace spark plugs, coils, and an intake on this N55 BMW 135i. So my boy here, like and subscribe. My boy here has his toolbox ready.
Yeah,
and
it's a little rusty, but
it's a little rusty. I think this is what you're gonna need in order to remove the spark plug. You need this special socket. I got this one from Burger Motorsports. I'll put a link down in the description for this, but you're gonna need this. You're not gonna be able to take out the plugs without it. And what we're gonna be doing is taking out the intake. You need to take out the intake all the way from here in order to reach the plugs. We're gonna need to take this out here as well, and that's it. Should be pretty straightforward. All right guys, so we're gonna start off by removing the cowl. Is it an 8mm?
Yeah.
It's an 8?
No, it's what is this?
That's a 9.
Oh, so probably 8.
All right, so these screws, you have one over here, one over here, you have one here, and you have one here. There are 8mm screws. You're gonna have to take those off, and then you're also gonna have one over here and one over here to remove that. And while you're at it, you might as well change the cabin air filter, because it's probably filthy.
It's probably a good idea at this point, you know, after like a few years of working on cars like this. Usually this is you want to replace that cabin air filter.
Yeah,
it's been a common issue on the cars that I've seen.
and we've seen a lot of cars. All right guys, so you're gonna have to take out these plastics over here. You have a clip right here. Right there, there's a clip, you see it? Try to use a flathead. And then there's another clip over here. Comes right off. And there's a clip in the back, same way. Comes right off. And this is for your brake fluid. All right, here you go, sir. Also, once in a while, you guys should clean out these things over here, because they collect a lot of dirt and leaves. So I should change that.
Right here, right?
All right, and then you have 2 more screws. You're gonna have one that was right over here and needs to be removed, and then there's another one on the other side, right over here, that needs to be removed. Perfect. And then this should just slide right off. At least I think. I don't think there's anything else holding it up. So I like this design a lot better, because on the N54 you have all these cables that are down here. They're attached to this. Makes it a lot more difficult. So yeah. Oh, and make sure you remove any sensors that are attached to this thing. I think there's one on that side.
Yeah, just pull it.
Perfect. All right, so we're first gonna have to remove the intake here. And in order to do that, he's gonna go ahead and remove this sensor, which I think it's a T25 screw. Let's see if it's right. Yeah, T25. Perfect. Yeah, just be careful while you're doing this and make sure you don't drop any of it. Perfect. Yeah, I think this try not to let anything touch this because it could damage it. So just leave it just like that. After that, we're gonna go ahead and remove this coupler here. And what size is that?
1/4, which is I don't know.
So that's that. Go ahead and remove that.
No, I'll tell you right now. It's a 6.
It's a 6.
6 millimeter.
Do you have to remove the whole thing or just enough to loosen it to take that out?
Just to loosen it.
Alright, just to loosen it. And then it comes right off. There you go. Alright, and so the new intake, does it use this?
Yeah.
It uses that.
Yeah,
Alright. Well, anyway, we still have to remove this because we still need to get to the plugs.
Oh, we have to remove.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have to.
Yeah,
remove
you need
something.
you need to remove this screw here, this vacuum line here, and this.
What do you think that is? A 10?
That right there. And then you're also gonna have to remove this whole thing. So there's some screws down here that we're gonna have to remove. The screw here, guys, is 11.
10.
It's 10. All right, it's a 10 millimeter screw. Make sure to put it on in this thing over here so you don't lose it. Yeah, you have to be very careful with this. There's 4 tabs and there's one underneath. So with a flathead, you can go ahead and like be very careful with this because this breaks very easily. And I think what people do is they kind of do it one by one, loosening each one by one, but at the same time keeping it from attaching again. It's probably the hardest thing to do out of this whole job. All right, guys, after about 25 minutes, we finally got this this line off. Very difficult to get off, but you have to loosen. There's 4 clips. Have to loosen each one of them independently, and then just pull. Once that's done, unplug this little guy right here. Try not to break it. It looks very fragile. There you go. And then there's a screw. Let me see if we can focus right there. You're gonna have to take that out as well. All right, guys, this you're gonna have to remove as well. I think these just pop off.
What about these?
This just pops off, looks like. Go ahead and just snap off these this clip over here. And you just like hold one side and perfect. And then take the cables out of there. Should be 3 cables, right? Perfect. And then carefully remove the whole thing. And we're just getting eaten alive by mosquitoes out here, guys. Look at that.
I don't know. I think we gotta remove something.
All right. What do you think we have to remove? All right, guys. So we are going to have to remove this bar right here, and it's an 11 millimeter 12. Yo, you got a spider on you. We're getting eaten alive out here, guys. Look.
Did it fall?
Yeah, it fell. All right, guys, so we finally got off what was here on top. We had to unscrew this over here. This screw, we didn't unscrew it from over there. We just unscrewed it from here. And this was an 11 millimeter, a 12-point socket. We just did that, and now it's off. Now we can start working on the spark plugs.
I don't think we need to remove this.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it.
All right,
so
let me get the coils, get the spark plugs.
Oh, we have to gap them first, because we did get 2-step colder plugs. Since we are running a tune on this car, we're running MHD stage 2 or stage 1, I'm not sure yet, but we have catless downpipes. We're adding an intake. We're getting step 2 colder spark plugs, new coils, and I think the only thing missing on this car would then be the upgraded intercooler, which we are going to be getting soon. Let's go ahead and gap the plugs. All right, guys, these are the plugs that we got.
So
these
what if we just leave this in?
NGK.
You just tighten it.
What's the number on these? NGK 97506 plugs from Burger Motorsports. All right, guys. So this is the gapper tool. Got it from Burger Motorsports. Leaving down a link in the description below as well. The way to do this is you screw the spark plug on this end, and then this thing twists and kind of closes the gap. Sorry if it's too dark. There you go. And then it closes the gap on the plug. We have to gap these to 0.20 inches. And we also have this measuring tool, also from BMS, link down in the description. What you do is you insert the measuring tool in there, and then just tighten the bottom of this tool until it closes in on it. You used to have wiggle room in there? Still? Just make sure you take your time gapping the plugs. You're gonna have to gap them properly, or else you're gonna have issues. Yeah, just take your time on it. Sometimes the plug opens up a little bit again after tightening them. So just do your best and try to get it to the right gap. All right, guys, getting a little bit darker here, but we're still going at it. We just gapped the plugs. We're getting ready to install them now. So we are going to be removing the old spark plugs now. I'm gonna start with this one over here. I think for these coils, all you really have to do is it's kind of like a clip. You just pull up, and some people do it with like a screwdriver. They stick a screwdriver through this hole over here and just like pull it up from there. So let's go ahead and do that now, and just pull it up.
Oh wait, then we have to like take this off?
And just like that, it is out. Make sure you unplug the remove this thing here. It's a vacuum line. Now we are going to use that special socket that we talked about earlier. All right, guys, we are using an extension bar here because the socket's pretty deep. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and it's not there. I think that is a magnetic socket, so it should come up with it.
sure it's magnetic?
Guys, we just took out the first plug, and there you go. Make sure you leave the others closed. We like to work on one at a time, so we're gonna go ahead and put the first plug back, the new one. All right, guys, we're using torque wrench here. The torque spec is 17 foot-pounds.
We just ignored that.
All right, guys, once you have the plug in properly torqued, go ahead and put the new coil back in, and it just slide it in and close the little thing over here, and make sure to plug it back in.
Where's the old one?
Make sure to plug it back in. This is an old one here.
Seems in good condition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it up on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, if you want some used 50,000 mile plugs, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, sell the spark plugs too. They'll be on Facebook Market page. Thank you. All right, guys, we're just gonna show one more here because the process is exactly the same for all 6, so we're not gonna bore you with that. Just the same thing here. Put your socket on, the extension bar, and just go ahead and loosen these.
It's a little tighter. No, it was tighter than the other one. That shit tight.
We just got done changing all the spark plugs and coils. We went ahead and put this pipe back on. This is the intake. Make sure you connect this little thing over here and the little tube here as well. And this is the aftermarket intake. So I believe this is going to go right over here. There's a coupler there that you need to tighten up, and then you have the red filter. We wanted the red one and not the blue one. We're almost done here, guys. First thing you're gonna want to do is just put the filter on the tube there, the intake. Just grab a flathead, tying down this little thing here. Make sure it's nice and tight. Once you have that in there, nice and tight, you're gonna go ahead and just install it. Oh yeah, and you have this thing over here. This is a sensor. Yeah, you could give it to me. It helps if you have another set of hand, guys. Look at that. See? All right. Slides right in. Perfect. Make sure it's all the way in, nice and snug. And then go ahead and tighten it. Yeah, that's perfect. And then don't forget, that's the sensor, and be very careful not to drop the screw. All right, guys, here we go. And that's how you change your plugs. Thank you for watching.